Welcome to the Back to School class syllabus slideshow. My name is Mr. Laird, and I'm going to be going over some important information that will be helpful for you to know about and for you to be successful in my classes this year. So the first thing that you'll note is that this presentation covers both 8th grade science, which are my periods 1 through 5, and also my automation and robotics class, which is my period 8. So again, my name is Mr. Laird. There are 3 ways that you can contact me. You can contact me at my email that's listed there, and I will give each student a copy of this slideshow, so any links in this slideshow will also be clickable that you can use. You can also leave a voicemail for me at the school's number and extension 24640, or you can also fill out the question or comment form in Google Classroom, and that's at the top of the classwork page in your Google Classroom. See if we can get this thing to go. So the following is just a very kind of short abbreviated list of the topics that will be covered in both Science 8 or 8th grade science class and the automation and robotics class. So in science, we're going to be focusing on forces in motion, genetics, astronomy, geology, evolution, natural selection, and health. And in my automation and robotics class, we'll be focusing on robotics, coding, engineering, 3D design, 3D printing, and 21st century skills. So some general things to know about my classes this year. There are 3 primary websites and resources that we'll be using. The first one is Google Classroom. The second one is Aries. That's where your grades will be tracked. And the third one will be that we'll be conducting the classes in Google Meet. There is a Zoom support meeting, but all of our classes will be conducted in Meet. So if you ever need extra help, how do you get that? Well, you can always email me, and I'm getting better and better at responding to my emails when you have questions. And if you put a comment by an assignment in Google Classroom, that also comes to my email. The second way to get help is to sign up for our Zoom support class, and that is a class that we hold on Tuesdays and Fridays from 2 to 2:30. And then finally, you can also use the form in Google Classroom to sign up for that Zoom support class. Now, as far as the grading scale and the grading categories go for this year, I use a fairly standard grading scale with one major exception. So you can see here that an A would be the range of 90 to 100% on an assignment. A B would be 80 to 89, a C 70 to 79%, a D 60 to 69%. And then the one that's fairly different from other teachers probably is that an F goes from 50% to 59%. I don't give any grades below 50%. I'm not sure what the point is mathematically. This is a very fair way to do it. You're allotting 10% essentially to each of these grades. So when you get an assignment, if you get a 50 on that assignment, in essence, that's a 0. That means it's missing, you didn't turn it in, or you did it absolutely completely wrong. But generally, I don't give a 50 for work that's turned in that's completely wrong, because part of that grade also includes the effort that you put in to doing that assignment. So the grade categories, I have 3: participation, which counts as 40%. So that's almost half of your grade is participation. Academic progress is 40% also. And then tests and quizzes will count as 20% of your grade. Now, this is something that is a bit new, and we're going to be implementing that as of right now. And that is the participation rubric, which is the way that I'm going to be scoring you on a daily basis for participation. And you can see that there are basically 4 categories. There's attendance, there's the webcam on part, the engagement part. That's where we're interacting. You are responding, you are writing answers, putting answers in Go Formative, or answering my requests for a particular question or answer, and then also just your general attitude and etiquette. And you can see that every one of these categories is worth 3 points, except for the top one, attendance. That one's only worth 2. So if you score the highest in every one of these categories, you can earn a possible 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 points. All right, so you're basically going to be earning up to 11 points a day for participation. And then obviously, if you show up late, you lose a point. If you show up tardy 15 minutes or more, or you leave class early, then you get 0 for attendance. When the webcam is on during the direct instruction, you can earn 3 points for that. If it's on most of the time, 2 points some of the time, and so on. So that's how the rubric works, as the way that I will judge you and evaluate you on your participation levels. What should students have each day in their home classroom area? So right now, at home, during class, how should that home classroom area be? Number one, first and foremost, should be a quiet location. Quiet location. Not in the middle of a high traffic area, not in the middle of an area where other people are going to be talking or where there's going to be a lot of loud noises. I know this will be a challenge, but do the best you can. You should have a school Chromebook out and logged in. It is required that you're using a school Chromebook for your classes. That way I can use as many tools as I have here to help you out. Should always have a pen or a pencil and notebook or paper so that if you need to jot something down, write a note down, write a question down, then you'll be able to do that. And then I highly recommend having headphones with a microphone, kind of like the one I'm wearing. I know those can get a little expensive, but even the little iPhone ones with just the ear pods or the earbuds and the little wired microphone, those will work just fine. There's a lot of options. Some of them are more expensive than others, so do your best. So next was some important notes. First, students should be sitting up and fully dressed, not laying on a couch or on their beds. This is very important so students can be very attentive and can pay attention without being distracted or falling back to sleep. Second, students do not need their cell phones. Occasionally, I might ask students to take their cell phones in order to use them as a stopwatch, but I'll let them know well ahead of time when that's needed. Otherwise, no phones should be around their study areas. Third, no TVs or music should be playing in the background. Many times students will unmute and there will be very loud music or very distracting TV noises in the background. So keep those to a minimum. That will help your students concentrate and hear the teacher as much as they possibly can. And then lastly, I know that there are other students in virtual classes, and those students, as far as possible, should be separated. If you can put them at separate tables or in separate rooms, that would be great. I know that's not always possible, but do the best you can. All right, here are some keys to success for class this year. Participate. participate in everything. Participate, participate, participate. That's key. Do all your assignments on time. In the event that you don't, late assignments are worth some credit, and that's better than 0 credit. Always better to turn an assignment in late than not to turn it in at all. And then check your grades and areas often, at least once a day. Check your grades, see what's happening there, and contact your teacher if you have any questions. Here's some support contact information from the district. There's a technical support line, a hotline where you can get quick answers to fast questions, and then there's a safety tip line. And again, those numbers are there. The links will also be clickable when I send you the copy of the slideshow. And that's it. I thank you, and we're going to have a great year. And I hope that I can do everything I can to help you learn as much as you can during this difficult time. We're going to do it together, and we're going to be successful. Thank you.